Charlie, you want to kick it off for us? What is your game one wisdom, day one wisdom?
My day one wisdom is that without a doubt, Arsenal are going to cruise this season in the English Premier League. They're going to win by double digits.
Double digits?
Certainty.
Okay.
Certainty they will win the title. They have so much depth, and look at the rest of the supposed, at least the supposed contestants here. City, uninspiring. Liverpool, a lot to figure out. Let's not get into, we'll see what Chelsea brings today, but for me, if you're looking at these squads, Aston Villa fall off a cliff. There's just a lot of moving pieces for most of these other clubs, whereas Arsenal is a team with an identity, the shape, they have the belief, and they're only getting stronger.
Double digits. You're saying that you're making that pronouncement after one game against a newly promoted side.
That's my day one wisdom.
Is that worse than Troy Deeney saying that Arsenal's going to win by double digits before the season even started?
Yeah, but that's Troy.
Yeah.
We all know day one doesn't mean too much, all right?
But are you seeing things that nobody else has spotted?
What I'm seeing is a team like Arsenal, and I called it last year, Arsenal winning the Premier League title. When they made the transfer moves, I knew they were winning the title. What I will say, though, this season, what separates Arsenal from the rest of the bunch is the fact that they're only getting stronger. And this reminds me of when City started with Pep Guardiola and they had two first teams where the competition every day to get in the team made them that much better. That's what I'm feeling from Arsenal right now. This is like the start of an Arsenal run, this era, because the manager picked this squad, has developed this squad, so the mentality's right, the confidence is right, and now you have options. People get injured, and you bring in a player would start on any other team in the Premier League. That's what we're talking about with Arsenal, on top of youth coming into the squad. So that's what I'm seeing right now.
I want to push back. I want to tell you that you're dumb, but there is no rational argument to really stand on that. That doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% going to happen, but you look at the other contenders, and they all looked bad. City, lucky to escape with 3 points with
Man United?
My God.
City?
Liverpool.
Well,
again, like you said, we'll see with Chelsea, but why would there be any baseline of expectation of consistency from Chelsea? I think Xabi Alonso's a good hire, but to be like, yeah, no, they'll be the ones that push Arsenal. Even if that's the case, you'd feel pretty good about Arsenal. Jolis looked awesome in this game. He complements Saka on the other wing very well. Just the players that they brought off the bench. Zubimendi, Madueke, Eze, Mourinho, Hincapié. To your point, those are 5 starters at other clubs, most of the other clubs in the division. So between the consistency, the baseline of their defensive acumen that you know you're going to get, plus the depth and the new signings that are hitting well already, it's tough to push back, Charlie.
So let's just put this in perspective. After one day, Charlie's basically making Arsenal the PSG of the Premier League. There's no challenge. It's as good as done. Give them the trophy now.
Essentially.
Look at that smile.
I love the confidence that we're coming in with this Monday morning. All right, Tom, let's see if yours is on par with the wisdom that Charlie has. What did you take away?
For me, Brentford are going to finish 5th and qualify for the Champions League. And Mamadou Sangaré is going to be sold next summer for double what Brentford paid for him, so around 70 million, 80 million, to a top 5 team in the Premier League. They were that good this weekend, and Sangaré, when Brentford make a club record signing, you just assume they're going to be really good, and somehow he went above expectation. He was fantastic against Spurs. That Spurs midfield shouldn't have been on the same pitch as him. They didn't belong in the same league as him. And this Brentford team, they do it again and again.
I agree. Sangaré looked absolutely sensational. They just looked way readier. They were miles more at it than Tottenham. We know that. We'll get into Tottenham later. But everything about Brentford is excellent. There's so much to be admired. And they've got a history. Buying young talent, developing that talent, and then letting it go. Because that's what they do.
Yeah. I think you're onto something just with Brentford and their continuity. For me, day one of the Premier League season, outside of Arsenal, you're dealing with a number of new managers. You're dealing with World Cup fatigue. and just being late into to new managers' plans. So I think as great as Brentford looked, they are a little bit guilty of having already the structure in place with the manager and the team versus the other 9 teams in the Premier League.
And to be fair, we said Arsenal played a newly promoted team, and maybe that colored it. Brentford did play a relegation-threatened team in their first game, so it was a bit easy part of their schedule.
This is Claudia's Tottenham you're talking about.
Come on.
With all new puzzle
Be nice about my
pieces,
Spurs.
you know. So, yeah, I think Brentford will definitely be in that category of pushing for Europe. But in terms of Champions League spot, I don't know if I'd be willing to say for like you, but they will be in that.
But you guys are willing to say European spot.
Oh, said it already. I like Tom's shout. I throw Michael Coyote into that as well because he was sensational last season. He won't be there at the end of this season.
So that's why it has to be this year because even like I said with Sangaré, who just made his debut, we're already talking about where he's going to go next.
Yeah.
He can go to that next level, which is where you would go if you're going to leave Brentford.
Yeah, maybe as well. Don't think he had that long spell of injury at Brentford. And you know, you tell me as a player, when you're out with a long-term injury, if a club really looks after you and they're really good to you, you feel like you owe them a little bit?
Depends who's coming
I was
after.
going to say, I'm so happy you answered that, honestly, because both things can be true. You can feel that way, but if somebody's doubling your contract and you're going to go play Champions League football, it's like, listen, I'll send you a thank you card.
Brentford, I love you all. Thank you so much.
Loyalty by a dog.
But where's that contract?
All right, Geoff, the wisdom that you have taken away from day one, what'd you walk away with?
I think this is the end of the road for the genius, the magician that is Unai Emery at Aston Villa.
End of the road.
Yeah, in terms of
End of the road.
In terms of European qualification, because what he has done at that club is nothing less than sensational. He has absolutely turned water into wine. He's awoken a sleeping giant. And I just think this year, a combination of circumstances means it's not going to happen for them. Definitely not Champions League, and I would seriously question Europa League. Now, this is not just because they got battered 4-0 by Brighton. It was a shambolic performance. It was honestly all over the show. It could have been more, but it's the story behind it. And I'm not critical of Unai Emery for that performance. It's the players that are missing, the players that have been sold. And when you look at Aston Villa, it looks like their entire spine. To lose your spine of a team is absolutely huge. So it looks like, well, Ollie Watkins, it looks like he's going. Tielemans has already gone. Rodgers has gone. Konza has gone. Emi Martinez has been on a longer farewell tour than Frank Sinatra. So that looks like, at last, that's coming to an end. And where I know, I mean, right now, we've got a week left of the transfer window, and Villa are going to be playing whack-a-mole, aren't they, to see who they can get in. It just feels like they've left their business so late. Now, Unai Emery said himself yesterday, look, we've been here before, we've been here in this month, and we've done it. They didn't win in their first 5 games last season. So 100% think the Villa faithful, they won't have a word said about Unai Emery, and quite rightly, in many, many ways. I just think this one, though, is an awful lot to sort out. And they should have known that the majority of these players were leaving now, and this was going to happen. They wanted to go, and they should have got their business done earlier. It just looks like he's been handed a really, really difficult situation to repeat what he has done so magnificently over the recent seasons.
The problem is you do that, and then you get it back in the Champions League. You want to continue to compete and get better. They've taken all of that away from them. And although we've come, it's the end of the road.
I hope not. I hope not, because Villa is a fantastic club. It's a huge club, and he's done brilliantly there. But he's got an awful lot. I mean, he has been a magician. He's going to have to pull some rabbits out of the hat here now, isn't he? And put it this way. Tottenham had a similar defeat. But Tottenham as a club, I would argue, are in a better position right now because of the players they've already signed and the players they've got ready to come into the team. I mean, Watkins goes, what's left?
Well,
Maggio.
Yeah, 17-year-old
Exactly.
improvement, very exciting.
Exactly.
They have to buy a striker before the end of the transfer window.
And
it's a must.
And just ask Newcastle. They've dealt with that last year, and it was very difficult. They had several targets even before the end of the window, before the teams knew that they were scrambling. Aston Villa will be in that same situation right now, and it's not a good place to be.
I'll tell you what you can conclude, though, Claudia. In terms of wisdom, us three, we will be proven entirely correct.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.